Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm making this quick video because a lot of people have been asking me what's the latest news regarding Hajj packages and Nusuk and the process and if I've heard anything. Firstly, if you've registered and your profile has not been completely verified, if you cannot see that it's been verified on Nusuk, then you need to contact the Nusuk support team right away. I'll put the email on screen just now. For the rest of us, we're still waiting on details of packages to be released. Every pilgrim from the West is still waiting on details on packages. We don't know when they'll be released. We don't know details on prices, on what the options will be regarding length of stay, what tours we can book on, what our guides will be. None of that is on Nusuk yet, and we need to follow what they say. They have been updating their social media recently. Almost every day they post something over the last week or so regarding getting ready for packages to be released, details on how payments might work, and so they are drip feeding this information to us. But it's getting closer to Hajj and there's only about a month and a half left until the whole thing starts. And there's still so much uncertainty, and this is a significant commitment for a lot of us, especially from the West, from the UK, USA. We need to plan ahead, we need to try and get time off of work. It's a huge time commitment from us. It's a huge commitment of finances from us. For most of us, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and we need to get it right, and so it's frustrating that we still don't have that information yet. I was one of the people that was initially excited to see Nusuk take over the Hajj organisation process, because after the disaster of Mutawif last year, I thought nothing can be worse than that, and I was encouraged by the fact that they were taking registrations so early, or within a reasonable amount of time at least. And yeah, I think they took a little bit longer than we would have liked to go through all of our applications to audit everyone. But the frustrating thing is that now we're being kept on edge. We're on a cliff edge. We're ready to pounce. We know that packages will be released soon. We don't know when. We have no dates or timeline. I think this could have been handled better by them. We also don't know what packages are going to be like once they are released. Are they going to be cheaper than the agency's offerings from previous years, as we hope, or are they going to be more expensive as we fear? And although I agree with the theory that it should be cheaper because it's all centralized now, and there's less people to go through, there's less people to pay, I think in the end it will probably end up being more expensive, because that's just what I'm hearing, just what I'm seeing from all the mumblings and rumors going around. I think it's going to be a huge shame if the packages are more expensive than ever, as most Western countries are going through a cost of living crisis right now, and Hajj is becoming more inaccessible than ever, available to less Muslims than ever before. As well as the cost, we have no idea what the packages will be like themselves, whether they'll be tailored to specific groups, like the agencies used to offer. I will say that this year, at least in the UK, the Ministry of Hajj and Tourism have partnered with British travel agencies that used to do Hajj tours in the past. And I think that they're going to now work in partnership to help deliver the Hajj services, to take their advice, just not selling the packages by themselves. All packages will be sold through the Nusuk platform. I think if you're desperate for information, which I have been, and I know many of you are, there is a video that's been released on YouTube a few days ago by a group of volunteers who don't claim to be part of Nusuk, but do seem to have decent knowledge of how Hajj packages work in general, and they've released this video on what the guest packages might look like this year. And so they have a little guide on what they think the booking process will look like on Nusuk this year, with examples of that. The full video in the description below or on my pinned comment. You can find it there as well. I've put them here because I thought that they were useful, but it's important to note, as they themselves say in their video, that they are not affiliated to Nusuk, that the information that they provide could be wrong, and that we just need to wait on official word from Nusuk as to what's actually going to be happening. So I think the summary for now is, firstly, wait for packages to be released on Nusuk and do not buy packages from anywhere else, as they have made abundantly clear. Secondly, prepare your funds for your payment, especially if you're going to be paying for 2, 3, 4, even more people. You want to be gathering your funds into one bank account under one debit card, which you can use to pay. Nusuk have said that they would prefer the payment to be done within 30 minutes and via a Visa or MasterCard debit card. So make sure you prepare for that. Related to that, number 3, make sure that your bank are aware that you're going to be making a big transfer within the next few days, so that they're not caught surprised and they don't block your transfer. As far as I'm aware, you cannot pay by credit card. All Nusuk have said is MasterCard and Visa. Number 4, make sure you have your meningitis ACWY vaccine, as well as any other vaccines that you require based on the country that you're coming from. And finally, as a bonus, watch that video that I'll link from the Hajj volunteers that I've shown the slides from. It does have some useful information regardless of whether it's going to be 100% factual or not. And lastly, make sure that you're subscribed or that you're following Nusuk on social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and their newsletter as well, so that you're up to date and you don't get caught off guard. I will make another video when packages are finally released. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all a successful and efficient trip for Hajj this year. Take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.